Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
On first down, it's Hubbard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a give, right side. Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice.
Check safety. Switch.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Time to go, night. Watch tight end. Tight right. Lady. Don't red, lady. Whatever you do, don't let 89.
They'll run it with Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Darnold. And spins away. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover. gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Young lady. Here we go. Here we go.
They run the counter. Swift. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
It's 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch your leg.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Mike. 53. Mike. Wild Bill.
Right back to him on first down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
319.
On play action, Allen. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Allen, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Darnold got his man, Robbie Anderson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Watch the
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold from the gun. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll try the left side. It's Hubbard. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
19. Check 53. I got you.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Allen now on first down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Allen's throw is complete, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Now this throw caught left side. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hey, shoot. Come on.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the hunt. Check 53 front. Check 53 front.
And here's Allen to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen going up top, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Yo, lady.
Check the back.
Darnold now to throw. Steps away to his left. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold able to connect with Berrios. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
52. Stop your whining. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. No problem there on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. He finds his man Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Allen now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and
10. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
52. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Check that.
On 2nd down, Swift. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Here I come. Here I come.
And it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Red 80. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Here's Darnold. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
3 down.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
37-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
53 is the mic. It's our time. It's our time.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check. Check 53. You don't know no better. 5 wide.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Hubbard. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Play action. Now it's Allen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
From the 17, Allen to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On third down, Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a pass hauled in downfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Jets first down.
Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Darnold's pass intended for James Washington. Incomplete. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second down and 10. Darnold, and Anderson's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose, as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Darnold now 9 of 17 through the air. Darnold. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At their 48-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He's got a first down past the 30, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments. Well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Check 50, check 50.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A gain of 8 and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On first down, Hubbard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hey, Mike 7.
Mike 53.
52.
So Allen's going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not Hang on, it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
To throw is Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
He's half 85.
Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On third down, it's Hubbard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
First down, Buffalo.
50
Round 80.
57 for Mike.
Done.
Championship back.
They'll run on first down. Hubbard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Hubbard. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Buffalo, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.